Hello, everyone, and welcome to Wingcat Sports, and it's our NHL playoff round 2 video. He didn't get to be part of round 1, so he'll have his opinions on some of the stuff that he didn't have last time. But we'll go through each series as we go through them, of how they finished out. First series to finish was obviously the Rangers and Capitals. A lot of people predicted that to be a sweep, and that is what happened. And again, a lot of people also feel the Wings should have been in over the Capitals. Should have done your job, but you can only do so much.
Yeah, I don't think the Wings would have done any better. I don't know.
They might have won a game.
Might have won a game. I think, like I said, the Capitals are kind of old. At least I think they are. I don't know, but they totally shut down Ovechkin for those 4 games. I don't even know if he got a point. I don't think he did. It was so. I mean, the Rangers are a hell of a good team. So
Yeah,
I'm kind of excited. Now they're going to be playing Carolina, and that's going to be a pretty cool series.
yeah. So that should be a good series. I know Carolina's blocking out Rangers fans from going to the games down there, so that's also pretty
Rangers
funny.
won the first game last night,
Yes, they did.
and it was a close game. Like every game is probably going to be in that
Yep.
series. They're matched up very close together.
Yeah.
Both have great power plays. Both have great penalty killing units. I think certainly the Rangers have a advantage in goal.
Yeah. But moving on series. We'll get more into that series when we actually get into it down the line. Next series that finished out was the Florida Tampa series. A lot of people thought it was going to be more of a series, even with the Lightning potentially winning, but they lost in 5 games to the Panthers. Panthers are also a really good team. Bobrovsky's playing well right now, which is what they need. They also have a shot to take down the Rangers, but we'll see what ends up happening.
Yeah, I think you're starting to see. I mean, Tampa Bay's a very good hockey team, but I think you're starting to see the chinks in the armor. They've been around for a while. That core has been around for a while. They're getting older, and Florida, like you said, they're a dynamo, and should pretty much. I think they're going to be the Stanley Cup winner, or at least the representative from the East.
Predicting them to win the cup.
I like Bobrovsky a lot. I just think that this is a very, I mean, there's very few flaws with Florida.
Next series to finish out was the Carolina Islander series. Maybe not 5 games was predicted, but at least more of a series than it probably was. They ended up losing in 5. The Islanders did to the Hurricanes. Now the Hurricanes will go face the Rangers, and they did again lose that first game to the Rangers. And we'll get more into the series as we actually get to it. But that wasn't what we fully planned for the Islanders. But they weren't a great team either. They barely made the playoffs too.
Yeah, I didn't watch much of that series. A little bit, kind of along the same lines as the Rangers and Capitals. They just were overmatched, and I'm glad Patrick Roy lost. So because I can't stand it, but that's okay.
The next series to finish out was the Oilers and Kings. Oilers won it in 4. A lot of people think they could be the representative out of the West, depending on really what happens. I mean, I would not be upset with that. I root for the Canadian teams because they haven't won in a long time. But they beat out the Kings in 5 games too. I thought that was going to be more of a series, and it didn't end up being one.
No. I mean, I think the Kings, kind of like Tampa Bay, are getting older. I just don't think they have it. And I think Edmonton, it's kind of strange. Edmonton is a lot like Toronto. You kind of waiting for them to do it, to get there, and because they have the talent. 2 of the best players in the league. I mean, they're just an offensive juggernaut there, and it's going to be a lot of fun watching them play in their next series and stuff. I think are they playing? Who are they playing next? Vancouver, right?
Yes, they're going to be playing Vancouver. Now here's the thing: as we get into Vancouver,
I can't wait to watch that
because they were the next series to finish out. Vancouver ended up beating the Predators in 6 games, more or less because their goaltender is out for the rest of the year. Got hurt in that first game of the playoffs. They got past that first round. They're going off basically rookie goaltenders, very young goaltenders. So that's where the question mark lies. They were my favorite out of the West, basically, until that happened. I don't know what's
It's
going to
kind of
happen
funny.
now. But
How can they be your favorite when they basically sucked only 2 years ago?
yeah, but they
Were
were
they any
hot.
good last year? They were
No,
okay.
no.
They were all right. I mean, they
But
were not that good.
I think
And
they're
they've gone from 0 to 100, and now people are thinking, hey, this could be a cup team before the goaltender thing.
yeah, now
Um,
they don't. It's a question mark with them go out. Well, I don't know.
I'd like to see Philip Hronek get a cup. I mean, I'm not. I don't really have a. I'm not cheering for anybody in this series. I'm just going to enjoy some great hockey.
But this could be whoever wins this series could be
You
coming
know,
out of the West.
this is
You know?
sometimes these rookie goaltenders just find a way. They don't have time to think. Just go in there, stop the puck. Um, don't have time to freaking baby you. So I mean, sometimes that works. I mean, it worked with Toronto.
Yep.
If they hadn't lost that goaltender, who knows? That guy was
Mhm.
playing great.
I skipped over a series on accident going through this, and good thing I did go back to it. The Avalanche ended up winning their series against the Jets. I was rooting for the Jets. I like the Jets, but I didn't know if they would make it out. They didn't give up that much of a fight and ended up losing to the Avalanche.
Yeah, the Avalanche are another. I mean, the West has some juggernauts over there. It's going to be fun now to watch. I didn't watch a ton of the Western matchups in the first round, but I'm going to be watching this time around because this should be fun.
Yeah, and then going into the last two games of the first round, Toronto, Boston was Boston going to choke 2 years in a row? Is Toronto going to keep on doing what they do? And Toronto ended up losing Game 7 in overtime against Boston. And that goal, that's just unlucky.
Is there anything more fun than watching Toronto fan reactions losing a Game 7? I mean, it's every year. It's always on YouTube. You always get these people going nuts, and then and they go crazy. And Toronto's not choking. Toronto's a great team, but they just have no luck in the playoffs. They played a great series.
Here's the problem. I was watching. I watched someone. I watched someone mention it. They have 4 scorers or 4 people on their offense who make more than 10 mil. None of them scored a goal in the first round.
Right.
Your top scorers are not scoring when they need to score. They are not doing what they need to do. So you have to make a decision. Are they gone? Are you rebuilding? Because they can't do nothing.
Yeah,
right. Because they can't apparently work well in the playoffs. They play well throughout the year. I mean, they almost lost their spot in the division a couple times during the year. But I mean, if you can't score, what's the point?
Yeah,
why are you being paid 10
Their
plus
goaltending played well, and so I mean,
and that's the thing. Their goaltending played well. Samsonov has struggled all year to at least get going. He gets to the playoffs. He plays well. Got him to overtime, gave him a chance, got an unlucky bounce off the boards,
right,
and just lost the game. They could have won it. They could have easily won that game.
Yeah,
but
when it gets into overtime, that's the kind of stuff that happens, especially in the playoffs. Just some freak bounce off the net, and then it's rarely a great shot beating a great. It's usually some some basic deflection or some lucky shot. So I mean, I disagree with anyone who says that Toronto's choking. But like you said, you made a good point. Their big guys did not come and did not score.
That's the decision now Toronto has to make. Are they worth their time? Right? I mean, if they're not scoring,
they pointed out. I don't know who it was. It was one of the broadcasters that said, Boston has 3 third-line centers, but their other guys are so good.
Yeah.
Said they lost, Krejci, and who was the other one that they lost? The big
Bergeron.
Bergeron. I mean, those are Hall of Famers, and everyone thought Boston's just going to fall, but they just put these, third line centers in there like Paklov or whatever his name is, and they're doing the job. They're doing just what they have to do, and I think their next assignment's going to be very tough. I hope they win, because I'd love to see a Ranger Bruin final. I'm old school, so I'd love to see that. But Florida's tough.
Okay, looking at the last series that happened, Golden Knights, defending Stanley Cup champions, lose Game 7 to the Dallas Stars.
Good. I hate
Right?
Vegas.
We didn't want Vegas to win. I don't
Hate
mind
the
Vegas,
desert
but I
hockey
mean
team.
they need to, feel some pain. You don't like desert hockey
Yeah.
teams. You were happy Arizona's
They
gone.
didn't even have to suffer. I mean, they've been good ever since they came into the league.
They need to
Desert
suffer a
hockey
little bit.
team. They didn't suffer enough.
You're happy Arizona's gone.
Yeah, I'm happy that good. Salt Lake City, way to go, man.
You
The
don't want
Mormons got a team. Way to go. But yeah, I could care less about.
But
Freaking
Dallas, I wouldn't mind if Dallas won. I'm not a fan of Dallas, though. I don't care if they win. They haven't won since the 90s.
Right.
But, it is what it is. They have a good team going on right now. And they took the defending champs to 7 games, and
I'd like to see them wear the old North Star jersey once in a while, but
they can't. Minnesota kind of does that.
I know. Do they?
They have the colors, but
No.
they can't because that's Minnesota.
So I'd like to see some. I love that old North Star jersey, and I still with that green. I don't know why it stands out more than any hockey team out there when they wear that green jersey and stuff.
And Minnesota
cool.
wears the colors every now and then. They'll have the Wild logo with the colors every now and then.
Really?
Yeah. They'll do that.
Minnesota Wild.
But
I don't know why I haven't warmed up to them. I just stand down.
But going into the second round, you kind of already talked about the Rangers and Hurricane series. I'm going to predict the Rangers to win that, though. We'll go with a nice 6-game series out of the Rangers. It's going to be a good series, though, regardless. Hurricanes are a really good team. The Rangers, I think, are just a better team.
I think they're better in goal. That's where their difference probably will end up being. And I'll say, I'd like to say, I kind of agree with you, but I'll say 7 games. Rangers win in 7.
Next series, Bruins Panthers. Again, it all depends on who's going to be playing hot. Is it going to be Swayman? Is it going to be Bobrovsky? Who's going to be the one to pull them out? Game 1 is tonight. Obviously, I'm putting this out a day late. We're a couple days late on this because we weren't able to get to it. But I am going to predict the Bruins to pull out this series. I think it's 7 games. It's going to be another 7-game series. It's going to be a hard-fought series. I don't think there's going to be any blowouts. It's going to be close every game.
Right. Yeah.
And I think the Bruins are going to be able to do it, and it's going to be a Rangers-Bruins Eastern Conference final.
I think every game is going to be brutal, but I think just Florida is more talented, and I'm going to say Florida in 6.
No, well, we'll see. Yeah, you have them winning the Cup. That's your prediction.
That's what I think, yeah.
Out in the West, you have the Avalanche and the Stars. Which team are you warming up to as a Wings fan? Do you think the Avs? Are you done with the rivalry? Do you think the Avs are going to win? Or are we going to go with the Stars?
It's strange. It's strange because I like McKinnon. I like the Avalanche. I like the team. I like the players. And so I'm going to root for them. I kind of want the Avalanche to beat the Stars. I think they will do it in 6.
I would prefer the Avalanche over the Stars just because I have bias against Southern hockey teams.
Yep, I think it's going to be the Avalanche over the Stars.
I think it's still going to be a close series. I think it could be 6 or 7 games, and I think the Avalanche will pull it out. But Dallas is a really, really good team, though.
I think
they're a great team.
The second round is going to be all the series are going to be fun to watch. There isn't going to be any dull hockey here. It's going to be all close. Very few. There won't be many blowouts, if at all. I don't think.
The only series that's going to have potential blowouts is about to be the last series that we talked about, the Oilers and the Canucks, just because of the Canucks goaltending situation. And they played well. They shut out the Preds to end that last series. Their young goaltenders that they keep on throwing in there aren't playing bad, but can they hold on for a series? And that is what I don't think is going to happen. I think the Oilers are going to end up beating the Canucks. And it's probably going to be in 5 or 6 games.
I agree with you. I think 6 games. It'll be Edmonton, and I think it sets up a great Connor McDavid against Nate McKinnon final in the West.
I think Oilers-Avs would be a fun final. A fun Western Conference final would be Oilers-Avs, but even like I said, the Stars are a good team. And if the Canucks can make it out of this round, it's still going to be a good story for them because of their goaltending. And that's always what happens in the playoffs.
Like I said, I don't really care. Let's see what this goaltender does because you never know.
It happens almost every playoffs. The unknown goaltender comes in.
Right, exactly.
And he carries them. So we'll see what ends up happening. But that's also how you get stuck in bad contracts because the goaltender wins you a cup and then you sign him to a bad deal.
Exactly. We've done that a
Mm.
couple times, haven't we?
Mhm.
Nedeljkovic, is he still? Is he a goaltending in Carol? I know where's he
No,
going?
he was in
He went to
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh. That's
He
right.
went to Pittsburgh. But
No,
like I said, the best example right now, if you want to take it, is the Vegas Golden Knights. Their goaltender won them a Stanley Cup randomly, and they signed him to a decent deal. And they didn't get out of the first round this year.
it's a tough thing to do. On a different video, we'll talk about the Wings and
All
kind of
the
what
all
they're
the
going to do
upcoming
because
Wings news.
that kind of follows that line there.
But like I said, the second round's going to be entertaining. If depending on how it plays out, that the third round should be entertaining. The conference finals. We're in the quarterfinals right now. We're semifinals right now. So let's hope everything goes out right. We have a fun semifinal to watch, and it goes on for a while.
I think hockey the rest of the way out is going to be so much fun to watch.
But with all that being said, if you like what you see, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think about the playoffs so far down in the comments. Until next time, hope to see everybody soon.